Because you, I was knowing you, you're a huge K-pop person. You love Korean culture, Asian culture, mangas, everything.
Hmm.
So, studying abroad in South Korea was probably for you like, yo, this I'm so happy to be here. And you got to go to Tokyo earlier
Hmm.
while you were studying. So, like, at any point when the coronavirus broke out in China, like at any point, was there any fear that South Korea could be the next hotbed for an outbreak to you or any of your
Honestly,
friends?
we, to me, and I know a lot of other friends, because majority of my friends have already gone home because they
Mm-hmm.
finished. They were only here for a semester, but the few of us that were here, we really didn't think too much of it because Korea is a very like high technology, and they seemed to, we were like, okay, they'll have it under control. Yeah, maybe one or two cases here and there, and maybe 50 or something like that. But none of us was expecting it to blow up
Mm-hmm.
here, and as how fast it blew up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because
that's what's just shocking all of us.
the first case of the coronavirus in South Korea was January 20th, and then just
Hmm.
like afterwards, like it hadn't really developed like anything crazy, but then you get into February 12th and 16th, and there's just a crazy surge of coronavirus cases, and on top of that, not only are you in South Korea, you're in Daegu, which is
In
literally
the middle of it.
the epicenter of this recent outbreak. What happened when? Because I saw that you had to switch from a dorm to one other dorm. Why did that happen, and how did that go down?
So classes finished December 20th. So I had to move from the dorm that I was staying in for the semester to a winter dorm that I was staying in for the winter break. And I
Mm-hmm.
was just there for the 2 months. And we were supposed to stay in there till March 1st, when the move in day was going to be for next semester.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the virus, like it's just been a mumble jumble. They're like, okay, you're going to stay in a temporary dorm for 5 days, and then you can move into your dorm, which was basically supposed to be today, February 28th.
Mm-hmm.
So moved in from the winter dorm into the temporary dorm, um, and then like everything was settled. A couple hours later, the RA of the dorm was like, "Hey, I got some bad news. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to move you again. Someone in that building, it wasn't confirmed, but she was testing if
Mm.
to have the
Mm.
virus."
Mm. Mm.
So we're all
Mm.
like,
Wow. So you just moved to a
"Why did
dorm,
you?"
and then you get that news. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. So then we had now I've been moved into this dorm,
Yeah.
which is an all boys dorm,
Mm-hmm.
but there's only this is the thing. They moved all of us international students into this dorm, but all the other Koreans into another dorm. So I don't know if they're separating. I mean, they're obviously separating, internationals, and so
Mm-hmm.
there's only like 4 or 5 of us out of this whole building. But yeah, now that dorm that I was in for the night was shut down. So
Mm-hmm. That's
yeah, it was crazy. It was kind of scary. I think that was the first time I was actually genuinely scared. I'm like, okay, this is this is
wow.
it's getting scary now.
On I believe it's on Wednesday that you had South Korea had confirmed 505 new cases, and then I believe it was like
Hmm.
just over 400 of those were in Daegu itself, which is where you are.
Yeah.
What has it been like? Can you paint a picture of us of what it's like to be in a lockdown? Because for most of us here back home, well, the only thing we know about a lockdown is those school lockdowns. If there's an active shooter, that's the only thing
Yeah.
we've ever
Hmm.
experienced. But like a
Exactly.
lockdown where it's like, and literally everything you do in your life is like stopped to a certain like how do can you paint a picture
Hmm.
like just tell us how what it's like?
Well, I don't know what the news is telling you guys over there,
Mm-hmm.
but life is still going on.
Really?
Obviously the streets are a little bit less empty,
Mm-hmm.
stores are closing a bit earlier, but people are still out and about. Like I went to McDonald's last night. There was still quite a few people in there. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
I
obviously, like
saw
the
your,
biggest,
I think your Snapchat here, you're like, you're like, I want to go out for
I was
some nuggets.
hungry.
I'm like, nuggets?
I'm risking it, man. I'm risking
Oh
it.
my
I
goodness.
have my little handy dandy hand sanitizer in my coat pocket, so that's, you know.
Hmm.
But there has been, I haven't been out and about as much.
Hmm.
I've only been staying in my area. Like the only time I actually go out is to go get some food from the convenience store or something.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing videos where there is this store. It's called E-Mart. It's kind of like a Walmart.
Hmm.
There's just been lineups out the door to get masks because masks right now all sold out. Mask and hand sanitizers are all sold out. Like one of my friends, he's getting his friend to send masks from Japan over here because it's absolutely it's it's
Hmm.
hard. And they're getting more a bit pricier now.
And you got your, when did you get your mask? Because I know you have
Um
one. If you want to show it to us, you have one.
yeah. So the one I got, like the original ones that I had were just like, these little flimsy ones,
Hmm.
whatever. I got these earlier because I don't know. I just wanted to fit in. All the other Korean students were wearing it. I was like,
Regardless
I
of
want
the
to fit in.
coronavirus, they're already wearing this.
Yeah, this was. Oh, they wear masks. It's funny because sometimes they wear masks if they're sick
Hmm.
or if they just don't look good and they just want to cover up their face.
Mm.
But the recommended ones to to get is the KF94.
Hmm.
I don't know if you can see, but this is the one, and I like this one a little bit more because you can. There's this kind of like um this like metal thing. I don't know. It's not metal, but you can fold it to your
Oh, okay, I
nose
see.
and everything, and this goes down to your chin, and
Oh yeah.
it's really really nice. So and it's good quality because like when I was walking to McDonald's,
Hmm.
like the moisture literally just stays in there, so you know
Oh,
that it's not
it's
like nothing's
spreading.
going in and nothing's going
Hmm.
out.
And I'm guessing
So
you taking all these precautions have come from obviously the instructions you've gotten from the government in South Korea. Like, they've given out good information for you guys?
there's been flyers and papers. It was funny. I was making a joke how back at Algoma you would get signs of like bear warnings, and
Hmm.
here I'm getting signs of coronavirus warnings.
What a
Saying
change.
like I know it's just like wow, both can still kill me. Um, but I've been every day for the past week and a half. I would get emergency alerts,
Mm.
and it would say wear your mask, hand sanitize,
Hmm.
sneeze and cough into your sleeves, the basic stuff, and
Hmm.
don't go outside. If you have any symptoms, call 1339, which is basically 911
Hmm.
here. But yeah, it's just every day they're reminding us to.
So right now the death toll is over 2,800 people that have died like worldwide. Obviously, most of them
Hmm.
being in China. It's in basically every
Hmm.
continent except for
Hmm.
Antarctica, I believe. No, no.
Yeah.
I think I just read like just a few hours ago that it just reached Nigeria. So it's been spreading worldwide.
Yes. Yeah.
And
I just
I
read
was
that.
wondering, have you had the thought about coming back home at all? Because you've obviously overstayed it because you were supposed to leave in January. You decided to stay a
I
bit
was on.
longer. Any
Hmm.
thought about coming back home?
My family checked like how it would happen if I did come back home.
Hmm.
Like I wouldn't be straight into quarantine.
Hmm.
They would check my temperature, make sure I don't have any symptoms. If I don't, then I would be self quarantined at home for 14 days, and after that, if I'm fine, I can go out and about. But
Hmm.
this is the thing: if I go home, because my younger brother he has a weak immune system, and let's say if I, because symptoms don't show up until days, maybe weeks later,
Hmm.
and if I do catch it, and I come home hanging out with my family and everything, I don't want them to catch it.
It's
But
interesting how this all goes through schools and not through the. I thought it would go through the Canadian government. I don't know. I always thought that's how it would
see,
work.
when my brother was on the phone with the airline. Apparently, there's no urgencies for Canada to bring their citizens home. That's what he was saying.
Wow.